sort of got my leg and feet and my orientation around London, an audition came up that I'd actually been waiting for. Eventually I had 2 callbacks, and on the final callback, the director, having played with me in various attitudes, walked up to me and looked me in the eyes and said, "Your eyes lack worldly innocence." Hi there, my name is Lyne-Pirkis and welcome to Diary of a Failed Actor. Today we're in Dumbo, that is down under Manhattan Bridge Overland. I want to look at, in this edition, agents and management. It was very easy in those days, I came out in the 80s from drama school, to actually represent yourself, and I managed to do that for 8 years. And I had an opportunity. Robert Young was directing a new series based on the works of P.G. Wodehouse, of Jeeves and Wooster, starring Hugh Laurie and Stephen Fry. I was seen by Anne Henderson, cast, and she recommended that I be looked at by Ord Powell, who was an agent for Brunskill Management. It was her company, Brunskill Management, and she took me on. And that's how it all started for me. I believe you still have that opportunity to either physically, by snail mail, send you a headshot and a resume, or by email. Generally these days they prefer email connections, so that's an opportunity. The other thing is for a friend to recommend you. Agents and representation these days far prefer it if someone within the industry, another actor, a producer or a director says, "Oh yeah, you should see Peter or you should see Elizabeth, they're really good and they're looking for representation at the moment." Get yourself into a play, create a production of your own, and invite agents and casting directors to come to that. They may not, but if you're also in a production where you've got actors who are already represented, their agents will come and they'll have a look at you, and that's another opportunity to get yourself represented. Something that agents and managers are very keen to see, not just what you look like on camera, but your ability to sustain a character throughout a long performance of 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. Currently these days the taste and flavour for productions is 90 minutes, but you've still got your Ibsens, you've still got your George Bernard Shaws and your Shakespeares, the very essential tools to get you through the door, your headshots and your resume or curriculum vitae. Show reels are equally important, and you can create those, you can get together your friends, you can get scenes together, a good strong hard-hitting scene that really shows you off to your best ability. They're not going to look at a 3-minute show reel, they're not going to look at 30 seconds of your show reel. You have to grab their attention in 10 seconds and then they might look at the next bit. In London you have agents and personal managers. Personal managers are more like boutique agencies. They have a much smaller number of clientele. They tend to carry every medium that you are focused on. So they will represent you for voiceover, for commercial, for print, for theatrical, which means theatre in the UK, and for film and television. In America, Los Angeles and New York have separate licensing laws. So in LA, a manager cannot work as an agent. You have to have, really, an agent and a manager. There are some managements, about 3 or 4 in Los Angeles, who have enough clout to get you seen for a Spielberg movie or a regular in a pilot or another drama series that may be occurring, a guest role, say, in Breaking Bad. But you do need to have both, because the manager is really focused on guiding you in the direction and building your career. So they will go to your agent and say, "Oh, this role in the Nick would like Johnny to be seen for, can you get them in?" The agent will get you in. If you book the job, the manager will negotiate your fee. That's how that works. Now, if you're in New York, it's not so essential to have both. You can have one or the other because the licensing laws are different, and a management in New York can work the same way as an agent. The manager charges 15% and the agent charges 10%. And the agreement is that whatever your agent, and here, this is the other thing, you'll have an agent for film and television, you'll have an agent for commercials, and you'll have an agent for voiceover. They're separate. They're not necessarily all in the same agency. And if they are, they may not necessarily represent you. I have a voiceover agent with Paradigm, but they do not look after me theatrically. So my manager represents me for all of those. If for whatever reason you feel things are not working, seek out alternative representation and make sure that you have that interest and that agreement to be represented by the agent that you are seeking before you release yourself from the agent or management you're with, because you could then find yourself back to square one with no representation. Contracts. You will have to sign a contract. Not all of them are expected to sign a contract, but managements and some of the bigger agents will. It may tie you in for 2 years or 3 years. The best ones are really renewed every year. Check them out. Read them. Don't sign it there and then take it away and look at it and then come back to them. You can always ask your union if you're a member of Equity or SAG, and they can help you with legal advice. You do want a really good working relationship. You want an agent or a manager who truly believes in you, obviously, and is going to work alongside you in creating your career, in moulding the career you want and the direction you want to take it. She will advise you. You will take that advice. Sometimes it's sound, and sometimes you may question it. What that agent wants to see is who you are. They want to see that confidence, that you know who you are and you know where you're going and you know what it is that you want. A lot of actors, when they go in for these meetings, haven't really thought this through. That the agent is going to say, well, how do you want us to work together? What is your game plan for the next 2 years? What is it that you want out of life? What is it you expect from me? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Who are you? So now you've got the agent, you've got the manager, and you're getting put in front of the casting directors. How do you behave? And what are you going to expect when you walk into that room and you're confronted by the casting director and this, the camera? Well, that it will be in my next edition of Diary of a Failed Actor. My name is Lyne-Pirkis. I'll see you then.